Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes. Chassidus. This year is sponsored by Chana Leah Bleznik and Tichel My Fancy in honor of Michal Weiss and her tefillis for Chana Leah. Thank you, Chana Leah. Okay, so we've been discussing the 4 levels of Meidani. We did it according to Pshat Remijush and Seid. And then we explained according to Chassidus that, so quick recap, the Pshat Meidani is simply thanking Hashem for Neshama coming back. The Remez, what's it hinting to, is this idea of Shchis HaMeisim, just like it's 1/60th the death, so too there's an idea of Shchis HaMeisim, and we have Rav Monasecha, we have the Emunah, the appreciation that Hashem is going to bring us to Shchis HaMeisim. Then we have the Drush, that we found out that just like Hashem is not, when we give back an Neshama, we might owe something, Hashem is not so strict about it. So too, we should be more forgiving when it comes to helping and giving. And then we said the Kabbalah is that it's Malchus as it's connected with Zah, and then we explained what's the Chassidish Taitcha Meidani, and this is the essential idea of Meidani, because all of those are different specific aspects of it. That even the Pshat, it's the fact that my neshama comes back. The Meidani is that we reach a level that's above Hashem's name, a level above Yadayim Timeis, above impure hands. That when you say Meidani, you're tapping to a level of Hashem. This is oneness. This is the Yechidah, and therefore you don't even have to wash. You don't have to have your clean your hands. Not because it's such a slow davening, because it's such a great davening, such a high level that you're reaching, and that's the Meidani according to Chassidus. That even like he says, the Lash uses, he goes, afilu, yeah, he goes, the fish called tumay sheba elam, because all the impurities of the world, einon timeyos is hameidani shel Yehudi, does not contaminate the Meidani of Yid. There's a part within us, a place with us that can't be contaminated. Efshar, it could be lacking in some certain area, and so you're lacking. So you're not showing. You have problems, and according to Pshat Remijush say it's a problem. But you have Meidani. We have it's like a pencil. We have this part within us. It's completely complete. Nothing can become tummy. Nothing can defile it. Not the daim tomatoes, and nothing you do can contaminate this Meidani. And that's what we said. So now we're gonna explain the Meidani, how it adds chayus and life into everything, like we said before. So I'll give it to you outside quickly, and then we'll explain it, and then we'll read inside. They're basically saying that Meidani of the Chassidus is showing us what essentially we're talking about. Talking about the neshama of a Yid. So what are we saying? We're saying, Meidani, thank you for bringing back the neshama. It's b'dafka a Yiddish neshama. It's an nefesh lekis. And you're going to bring down a story about Yekusi Lepla. It's a beautiful story. And the way the Rebbe teaches is beautiful. So let's go inside. Page 65 in this book. Yud Beis. haChassidus machnisa b'chelek hapshat shev Meidani. So what's the chayus? What's the life? What's the invigoration that Chassidus gives, or the vitality that Chassidus gives in the pshat of Meidani, which is shehayda hi al chazat b'nishmasi. What's the pshat that Hashem returning back on Neshama? So what's the Chassidus? What does Chassidus add? Hadgasha b'peirush nishmasi. It's stressing on the my neshama sheli. What does that mean? Zaysi meresh shekal hayda. The whole thing we're thankful for, not just that we're alive, but we're alive as a Yid. If you would give us back a neshama, it wouldn't be a Jewish neshama, it would be a non-Jew or a slave, meaning, and it's also not a Jewish, meaning in those days when we're talking about slaves, a non-Jewish slave. Even though you'd go from 1/60 of the death to alive, But you wouldn't say thank you. To be a yid, to come back without being a yid, what am I thankful for? My whole existence that I'm a yid. Because from the yichida, nirgash, with the quintessential point, nirgash, it's like shechaim heim. When we're talking about a yichida, what do we feel? What's life? It's chaim yehudim dafka. What's life? Life is about doing Torah mitzvah. It's about connecting to Hashem. Chayus shel Adam, Adam, asher ruach b'nei Adam ha'ela hilamayla. The life of a person that we are called Adam, we are called man. Asher ruach b'nei Adam, the spirit of a person ha'ela hilamayla, that goes, it's coming from above, meaning v'chayim b'sarim b'fnei atzmam, physical life by itself, chayim shel behema, meaning like an animal. Am hademe lachamor, nikar chamor, meaning you are like a donkey, or you're called like a donkey. Efshar ruach habehema, hayireda silamata. Could be that it comes down. It could be even lower than this. But for that, it's not called life. Meaning, be alive and to be put in the same category as an animal. What's the point? And everything, but 1 second, and we're not saying it's not like life is important and we appreciate it. We're not appreciate it. And specifically being a human, for sure that's good. But we're all bnei malachim, we're sons of kings. Therefore, when we say life, it doesn't mean just physically alive. It means im aviv hamelech. It means connection with our father, the king, because we are the sons of kings. That's what's my connection is with the king. So, for example, if Hashem would give us life, to give the kid a life, but we cut him off, or separate him from his father, the king. You take him, you put him in a barn, and you make the prince live with animals in the shed. Not just he won't have pleasure from this, won't enjoy this. He'll hate his life, he'll be despised. Yeah, so if we, and this is sort of the Chassidus adding to the Pshat. Pshat is I'm saying thank you. But what Chassidus is adding, it's coming from the Yechida. What's the Yechida? It's the Nefesh Elikis. So am I thankful for? I'm thankful that I'm a Yid. If you bring me into this world, I'm not a Yid. Yeah, it's true, I'm alive. I'm thankful to be alive, but that's not I'm not thankful. It's like the son of the king living in a dog kennel. What are you going to say? Thank you. He's alive, and he's better than not being alive. But this is life, it's not life. And now he's going to bring a story from Kusa Lepla, and he's going to explain the story. It's a beautiful idea. Okay, it's known the famous story Kusa Lepla. What happened? The Alter Rebbe wanted to bless him with long life. So what did he say? Amar, aber nit mit perische Jahren, but not with peasant years. Lo chaye ikar. Life, just life is not important. Which in the life is not important if we have eyes, but we're not able to see godliness. We have ears, but we can't hear godliness. Men zet nit kein gedlichkeit. We don't see godliness. We hurt nit kein gedlichkeit. We don't hear any godliness. We don't hear and see elikus. So he's saying the Alter Rebbe wanted to give him a blessing for life, long life, and he said on condition that it's a Jewish life. Otherwise, I don't want it. Now, what, like someone gives you a present and you make conditions on the present? It's not a very nice thing to do. That's the Alter Rebbe. So seemingly something doesn't make any sense here. When someone gives you a present, a big present, is giving you a long life. It doesn't make sense that when someone gives you such a present, long life, you're going to start making conditions, and I want it even better than that. Just take the present and say thank you. Mikevan, Asher Gam Barichas Yamim Mitaratzam, who Davagana Bias, and silly long life. Who wouldn't want such a blessing? Bafrad Shekanal Hanas. haChassidus Kalos is called haNosh Ve'elam. Like I said before, that pleasure of being alive is includes everything. Without a life, you have anything. You ruin your whole day. How Rav Kishel is making all these conditions on this blessing Alter was giving him. So what's going on here? How is he giving it? Like, what's he doing? So the explanation is beautiful. So is explaining. It's not that he was adding to the bracha of Alter Rebbe, saying that not just you give me a bracha of life. I want an additional bracha that it's life, a Yiddish life that I can see and hear the kos. That wasn't what he was saying. He wasn't adding to the bracha. He's saying, I want to be alive. You're going to be bracha for life. So he's saying, but I have to make sure that it's real life. That's like because he was like set within him the pashtus, like sort of obviously shekol mitzius v'chayus hu reiyas v'shmias l'kus. His whole life, what was it for? To hear and see godliness. V'lechein his, and that's why I made this tanaim arbinit mit perishiyan. I know with peasant years. Ki yamim v'shanim she'en royim m'shem l'kus. If I don't see and hear godliness, if I'm not connected to Hashem, for them that doesn't mean it. It's life. That's not life. If I don't have godliness, I'm not connected. I don't feel it. I don't see it. That's not life. When he said on me long years, so he's saying, he's just clarifying that we mean long years of seeing a likus and hearing a likus. But that's life. With such years, they don't see a likus and hear a likus. That's just like the king's son being in the ban. That's not life. It's not an additional thing to say, can I please live in the house on the ban? It's part of the impossible thing. That's what I want. But what he's teaching us is such a fundamental point that this Krishna was where he was holding and how we're meant to see our life. So how is he able to do this? It's coming from the haChassidus. This is the revelation of the Yechidah. Because mitzad dal b'chinas never because on the four low levels, since they're coming from a specific type, this is a form, whether it's intellect or emotion, like we said before, whether it's just physically alive, or intellect or emotions, or ratzon. Yesh bahem inyan la'atzmam. They have their own specific thing. My intellect, my emotions. The inyan ha'lekusha bahem, whereas the godliness within them, hu k'ma'ei davar. So it's another thing. So when we talk about Yimachin Yimid, it's talking about a level. You have a nefesh of ruach, so you have the nefesh, and you have its thing, and you also have a likus. You have the ruach, and also a likus. They're always, the likus is a davar nes of an additional thing. So therefore, there's some room, even on a very, very, very minute level, to a life that you don't have to hear a likus, because it's sort of, these levels are in the world. It's like sort of connected with Nefesh Muhammad. So it's in the world. I feel it. So it can't be life without seeing likus and hearing likus. But in order that Rekus level is going to say that it has to be with the likus, is only coming from the Yechidah. All level of Yechidah, which is united with Hashem. So once that happens, once you tap into Yechidah, there's nothing else but Hashem. It can't be. And so when Rebbe saying that when Rebbe said this thing to the Alter Rebbe, it's because he was aware or tapped into his Yechidah and his haChassidus, his Yechidah, and therefore, so automatically it came out from him. He's like, oh, but it has to be with the likus, not because of where he was holding. Yeah, beautiful. So the what haChassidus adds to the Moed the simple shot of Moed is thank you for my neshama. What haChassidus adds, thank you for my neshama, that it's a likus, and I have a connection to a likus, and I can see Hashem, and I hear Hashem, and that's what he's saying thank you for. It's a whole different level. You can say, without the haChassidus, Moed thank you Hashem, I'm alive. But Moed with haChassidus, thank you Hashem for giving me my soul back that I can do Torah mitzvahs. That's why I'm alive. Because without that, I'm like the king's son in the bun. So just to finish off with a quick joke story. So I had a friend. One time he was teaching this to people, Polishes. They didn't know haChassidus, and I don't know how it came about. He was teaching them, and he was about Shel, a little fresh. He didn't know everything. So when he said the story of Chris Lepla, he said that Chris Lepla said to them, "Aber nit mit." So he really said nit mit perisha, not with peasant years. But the guy said nit mit perisha yarn, not with Polish years. He's telling the Polish, saying, "You own life like a Polish." Have a great day, everybody.